Craig, why is it so hard to like Nick Sirianni if you're not an
Because he's a douche. That's why. And he's lucky to have his job. He damn near got fired after the biggest collapse in NFL history. And as we know, he has nothing to do there. If you remember that big press conference, when they brought in a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, our reporter said, well, what do you do? And he wasn't sure how to answer the question because he doesn't do anything. And like if a Giant fan, look, Giant fans can be foul-mouthed as much as any other group of fans. We all know that.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a Northeast way of rooting for your team. But don't tell me a Giant fan going, hey, go Giants, elicits a reaction of, we got your best player.
Yeah.
And here's what I would say to Nick Sirianni. I love Saquon Barkley. Great dude, number one, and also a great football player, number two. He doesn't stay on the field. Unfortunately, his body breaks down. He has ankle, issues. He's missed a lot of games due to injury. Yeah, and when he's on the field, he was the Giants' best player. And that got them what? One playoff win. So Saquon Barkley goes to Philly, and Philly's got to be worried about the same exact thing. How many snaps, how many games are we going to get out of Saquon Barkley? If he's there for 17, the Eagles are going to the NFC Championship game. If he's there for 3, the Eagles are in trouble.
I mean, it's just like Nick Sirianni just said, and it's the truth. He did get our best football player.
No doubt.
And like you said, I love everything that Say, brings to the game. And I think him going to Philadelphia and getting a fresh start is going to be good for him moving forward. Why? Because he's no longer that workhorse that, that you're feeding the ball to and to those 8-man's fronts, and he's getting clobbered at the line of scrimmage. Right. 19 out of those 25 carries, he may have one run of, 10 or 12 yards, whatever the case may be. But still, over everything that happened last year, he was 4th in yards per game. Behind this Giants offensive line. So I think
stunk.
Yeah, I think him moving forward, man, playing in this offense, obviously with 2 great wide receivers.
Yeah, and I think that's the best point.
I think it'll be good for him.
I think the best point is it's twofold. What Plax just said is dead on. Number one, even without Jason Kelce, the Eagles' offensive line is light years better than the Giants' offensive line of last year, number one. Number two, they should get better quarterback play than the Giants got last year, so that's good. Number 3, they've got a really good tight end in Dallas Goedert, and they've got 2 stud wide receivers, obviously, in Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. The Giants had none of that. So the Giants' only really ability to score and move the ball down the field was what Saquon was going to do, and defenses knew that. Now, the play-action pass in Philly should be lights out good this year. And if Jalen Hurts reverts back to the guy he was 2 years ago, the Eagles are a damn good football team. I've said it a million times. I think the NFC is San Fran 1, and then the Lions and the Eagles, and maybe the Packers. We'll see.
Yeah.
Right under where the San Francisco 49ers are. But if I'm an Eagle fan, I have legitimate Super Bowl dreams again this year.
Absolutely.
They can be that good.
What do you think about Tyreek being so blunt about his support for Tua and his need for
To me, that's not even a news story. A wide receiver saying my quarterback should get paid is called being a smart wide receiver because you want to continue to get the ball and you're supportive of the guys around you. So, look, Tua's in the same spot. A few other quarterbacks are in and wide receivers are in where we've seen some glimpses. We've seen a great offense, obviously, production-wise, in the regular season. They got a collapse last year towards the end of the season as well, and you've never won a playoff game. So it isn't about that. Those stats become meaningless because they haven't equated to playoff success. They don't have a single playoff win. Matter of fact, the reason I started laughing when you started bringing up Miami and going to the playoffs is that they've got the longest drought in the NFL. That includes the Carolina Panthers without winning a playoff game. The last time the Miami Dolphins won a playoff game, you couldn't even name the quarterback. I'll help you out. His name was Bob Greasy. That's the last time the Miami Dolphins won a playoff game. Yeah, I think it was 72. Yeah, even Dan Marino was like, what are you talking about? So, look, when players come out and support their teammates, why do we react to that? Why are we surprised with that? That's what we should do. That's what you expect players to do, especially the highest paid guy on your team who needs the quarterback to be there and find him when he's open so that he can get all his yards and touchdowns and catches.
But Craig, it wasn't all support from Tyreek Hill about Tua, because he did mention this new slimmed down look that Tua has.
Looks
and
great.
Tyreek didn't hold back about that either.
Nice. I like that. Keeping it real. Keeping it real.
He's been training all offseason.
Yeah. I hope it's not Ozempic. Like, you're a 25-year-old kid. You should be able to lose the weight pretty easily. And, he looks like a choir boy. Obviously, right there with the new haircut, no facial hair, obviously. And he does look thin. But, again, I saw pictures of Patrick Mahomes with the dad bod. You ain't got to be thin. You don't need a six-pack to play quarterback in the NFL. But you can't be brittle.
I mean, what I'm trying to figure out, if Tyreek Hill says that Tua was looking fat at the Pro Bowl, I mean, that's only 2 or 3 weeks removed from the end of the season. So basically, he was fat in the Kansas City game. Is basically what you're trying to say.
Well, Plax, it was very cold in Kansas City that day. And if I learned anything about living in Syracuse, Buffalo, and Cleveland, especially from the women I dated, an extra couple layers of thickness, yes, keeps you nice and warm when the temperatures hit 0 and below. So I think that's what he was doing. But, this is why we love sports so much. And this is why guys like Tyreek Hill are the types of guys kids emulate, want to be like on a football field, because he's got a great personality. And we need more of that stuff because it's fun. Like, sports is serious enough. We need guys like that so that we can have a little fun talking about sports also. Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.